Hey guys, what's up? It's Nicole and welcome to part 5 of my week-long weeknight dinner series. Today's video is going to be a recipe for a sushi burrito, and it's perfect for those of you sushi lovers who have always wanted to try to recreate sushi at home but don't really feel like you have the time or patience to sit there and roll out actual sushi. This is filling, it's fresh, it's delicious, and it's packed with flavor, so I hope that you guys enjoy, and let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to show you two different kinds of burritos. One is going to be a veggie sushi roll and one is going to be a vegan crab sushi roll, but the basis of both is going to be rice. And I'm going to be doing 1/4 cup of white rice and 1/4 cup of quinoa with 1 cup of water. And I'm going to bring that to a boil and then cover it and let it simmer. And while that cooks, I'm going to assemble the veggies for the veggie sushi roll, which is going to be some edamame peas. These are just deshelled edamames that were in the freezer. I'm going to set them out on the counter so they can thaw, and then 1 cucumber, like it's one of those little small cucumbers, and you want to cut those into sticks. And then I'm going to use some snap peas. I love the crunch that they give the sushi burrito, and you just want to trim the edges off because they can be a little bit tough to eat. And then I'm going to add some avocado to this. And this is going to have all those great sushi flavors, like avocado and cucumber are pretty classic in most rolls, so I love adding that. And then for both burritos, we're going to be using this delicious sauce, which is super simple to make. You're going to want 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of rice wine vinegar, 1 teaspoon of agave, and literally 2 drops of sesame oil. Sesame oil is what gives it its kick, and it's so delicious and it really enhances the flavor, but it's super strong. So 2 drops might seem unnecessary, but it changes everything. So definitely get yourself some sesame oil. Then you're just going to stir that up, and I'm also going to make some wasabi. This also helps it really taste like sushi, but if you don't like wasabi, you can leave this out. I'm just going to do equal parts wasabi powder with some warm water and stir that around. I do want it to be a little bit more liquidy than traditional wasabi because I want it to be able to spread out evenly so you don't get one big bite. And by this point, my rice and quinoa was done, and you know that it's done when it's absorbed all of the water and the rice grains are soft. So I'm just going to fluff that up with a fork, and then I'm going to assemble my burrito by using 1 tortilla, and I'm going to layer on some dried seaweed, and this also really gives it that great sushi flavor. And I recently found out that it's actually really important to consume seaweed because it helps you get your recommended dose of iodine, which is very important for thyroid function. So I'm going to just layer that on with the veggies and the rice, and then I'm going to add a little bit of this sauce and then roll it up like a burrito. Now this can be tricky. What you want to do is roll in the sides and then kind of tuck the inside part in as you're rolling, and just keep everything really tight, and that will make a perfect little burrito. And then I'm just going to use a sharp knife and cut it on a diagonal. I find it's a lot easier to eat burritos if they're cut on a diagonal. And that is roll number 1. It's super fresh, it's 100% plant-based, it's delicious, and it's remarkable how much this actually tastes like sushi. It is so good. But I also wanted to make one that had some really nice crab flavor, so I'm going to be using these crab cakes from Gardein. You can get these at Whole Foods or at Target in the frozen section, and I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to take my tortilla, my seaweed, my rice, and this time I'm going to add some mixed greens. I like having as many greens in my sushi burritos as possible. And then I took 3 of these little crab cakes, cut them in half, and just kind of layered them in with everything else. And then I'm going to drizzle my dressing on top and roll everything up just like I did the first time. And in case you missed it, I'll help you. We'll go over this one more time because it can be kind of tricky. But basically you just roll in the sides first, and then you take the one side of it and kind of tuck everything in as you're rolling and press it together. If you squeeze it together, it'll really hold its shape, and then just roll it on up. It's pretty simple. The full recipe for both versions is in the description box, so make sure you check that out. And if you try this out, let me know which version is your favorite. I feel like I really can't decide. I love them both. They're so flavorful. That sauce is epic. Even just on rice, I highly recommend trying it. It's so good. But I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. It is so, so, so tasty. Alright guys, that is it for this video, and that is also it for this week-long dinner series. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. I've loved reading your feedback in the comments and also seeing your recreations on Instagram. That literally makes me over the moon excited. I can't even tell you. So thank you guys so much for sharing that with me and for following along this week, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will see you soon. Bye.